All right, you're watching CanadianProfighter.com. We're here in Queens Park in Toronto with Showdown Joe. We're here for MMA Day. Big day here for Ontario. There's some big news happening. Showdown, can you give us a little tip on that?
Yeah, it's just simply a rally, just to get we're inviting everyone from all ages that support mixed martial arts, and just to raise awareness to the government that say, hey, you know what, this is a real sport. It's been going on for a while. I mean, since it was introduced here in 1993 with the Ultimate Fighting Championships, and then it's changed so much over the past nearly 20 years. It's 2010 now. Yeah. The Unified Rules of Mixed Martial Arts came out in 2001. Times have changed. It's time for Ontario to step up and review the facts and not the misconceptions. And you know what? You're going to see a lot of kids here today. You're going to see a lot of families. People that train mixed martial arts. And I say it all the time. We allow the Olympic sports in Ontario of boxing, taekwondo, judo, Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling. We allow these sports here. And if you allow those, then why can't you allow mixed martial arts? There's health benefits involved. If you train one of those sports, you can imagine how healthy you'll be. Yeah. But in MMA, you got to train all of those sports. So just imagine how great that is for your health. So that plus the economic impact, let's review mixed martial arts and bring it to Ontario.
Agreed. And it seems that everywhere else, all the provinces, our neighbors down south, everyone seems to be opening it up. It's getting mainstream everywhere. I think it's about time. You wrote an article yesterday for Sportsnet. Care to share about that? UFC possibly coming here?
I got some information. A couple of sources let me know that the UFC's potentially booked Saturday, March 26th. I actually think there's 3 more dates that have also been booked. I'm waiting for confirmation on that, but they tentatively, supposedly reserved a date Saturday, March 26th, 2011, to hold an event here. There's also they're having a press conference on Tuesday to talk about a major announcement, which I don't think it's the sanctioning of the sport, only because that type of information would have probably came out or leaked out a little bit. I think they're going to open up offices in Canada, which is great. Likely in Ontario, which is going to keep them close to the sanctioning efforts to continue to push the envelope and try and get it done here. And I believe they think they're close, and that's the reason why they reserved one of these dates. And if they're close, and we might be getting MMA in Ontario. So we know they know that we're doing this today, and they know we're going to do the best we can to try and raise awareness. And there's so many media that are going to be coming. A lot of mainstream media, a lot of internet media are coming. It's going to be a great day today. So
what do you think the chances of we seeing Showdown as an official UFC employee soon?
That's probably not going to happen. I mean, anything. I never say never, but I host a TV show. I host MMA Connected, and it's how many people can say, hey, man, you got your own nationally syndicated television show? That's not something I ever want to give up, to be honest with you. I love what I do. I live the dream. I make no bones about it. I've got the greatest job in the world, and I don't think I'm ever going to leave. I love that job.
So your little crack on Facebook about the resumes was for everyone else, just to get their heads up, then not for yourself?
Yeah, no, I mean, if the UFC is opening offices here, I'm sure they're going to get flooded with resumes, but I tried to get it out there. If this is actually going to be the announcement, get your resumes in, because I'm sure they're going to be hiring, PR staff, marketing staff, sales staff. So if you've got experience in whatever type of business, you may want to apply.
I've already been talking with them. Before I even heard this announcement, I've been telling them when it opens up, make sure you keep me on your short list. So I'm hoping it happens. I'd love to work with the UFC. I wouldn't want to give up your job either if I had it. But I imagine things are going to be crazy here if it does open, and it is a mecca here in Ontario.
Yeah, well, how many times has Dana said that? Canada is the mecca of MMA, and they know what it's like. I mean, here we're at Queens Park right now, but if you drive north, east, south, or west, there are all kinds of corporate head offices here. It is the corporate capital of Canada. There's other locations. I mean, you can go to Edmonton or Calgary. You got some head offices out there. There's some head offices in between here and London, Ontario, like in Kitchener. You've got Blackberry Rim and stuff like that. There's different, but Toronto is where all the big money is right now. All the decision makers for most corporations are here. So then the UFC smart. Open up offices here. You're that close to everything. You're close to the politicians. You're close to the corporate capitals and the decision makers. You're close to the Rogers Center. Hello, who knows where they're going to open up this office? And again, that's just speculation. I mean, they might just completely blow us away on Tuesday and announce something completely different. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with Dana White and company. So, but when Lorenzo Fertitta's involved, it's generally something big.
So do you think with the Ontario opening it up, do you think it'll be, when it opens, do you think it's just going to be strictly for the big guys like UFC, or do you think it's going to trickle down and let some amateur shows and some of the smaller guys open and try to do some stuff? And what do you think about Mark Pavlik's internet goings-on about him saying he has a February date launched?
In terms of the sport being sanctioned here, and if it's only for the big players like the UFCs and the strike forces, I hope not. I hope the UFC comes in, blows the doors open for the industry, and the small-time guys can come in here and start holding grassroots events. I'd like to see the commission take a look at all the applicants for promoters and make sure that there's no, they're doing criminal background checks, and the guys have money, and they've got a good business plan in terms of what they want to do. In terms of grassroots MMA, it's the most important thing for mixed martial arts, next to amateur MMA. And if you have amateur MMA, which leads to grassroots MMA, that's what builds fighters for the UFC. So they need grassroots promotions. And Dana White and the matchmaker Joe Silva are the first ones to agree to that. They need grassroots MMA. And I hope the Ontario Athletic Commission, the Ontario government understand that grassroots MMA is very, very important. You don't need to sell 20,000 seats or Rogers Center, 70,000, 65,000 people. You don't need that many people. You can do a show with 5,000, 3,000, 2,000 people to build the fighters here, and as you build them, it goes on to the next level. At the same time, in terms of Mark Pavlich, he's going to say what he wants to say. He's known to do that. He's done it all the time. It's Mark Pavlich, and he's smart. He's a promoter. He's going to stay in the spotlight. So he's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing, and he's made it clear. He's been on my radio show and on my television show. He wants to come here and hold events. So I mean, once it's sanctioned and regulated, it's open for everybody.
Yeah, we hope for the same thing. I mean, the grassroots is huge. We'll be covering out as much as we can. We're from Ontario, so it makes it a lot easier for us. We don't have to do all this traveling. And just one more thing. What did you think about our UFC 113? It was a little rough for the Canadians, but it was a great show in general.
I had no idea Canada was going to go 1-for-7, and Joe Dirksen knows that I kind of picked against them because I thought Tom Lawler was going to be too much, but Dirksen saved the day. El Dirte was the only Canadian that won in the card. The rest of the guys had tough fights. Sammy Stout, man, he was in an absolute war, and everyone, Cote got slammed on his face. It wasn't an illegal slam, but he got slammed on his face. The guys gave it their all. That's all I'm at. Jonathan Goulet, everyone gave it their all. TJ Grant's fight was great.
Yeah.
That thing could have went either way if it wasn't for that low blow. So, I mean, all the guys, I spoke to each one of them. Tim Hague put on a great performance. He only took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. He's in the gym now, obviously training his butt off. You never know when he's got cut, but you never know when he's going to get that call again. So the guys did the best they can. 1-for-7 in Canada was tough to see, but it is what it is, man. What can you do? The guys will come back. They'll rebound.
We always do. Canadians have strong heart, and that shows every time we're out there. Thanks a lot, Joe. We know you're a busy man today. Thanks for taking the time, and thanks for doing this all for Ontario. You're the man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. I'll never stop. We're going to get this done. We're going to greenlight MMA, and I will. It's 1998 is when I started. Yeah. I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep doing this with the team that we have, the organizers we have here. We're going to get this done.
Oh, you're a freight train who's building steam, and now it seems like it's going to be unstoppable. We hope soon, and thanks again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks.